Hi, Vicki here of ChakraBoosters.com and the creator of the Chakra Life Cycle System. And I am so excited today because I'm sharing with you one of my favorite times of the Chakra Life Cycle System, your 50th year, which doesn't fit into any of the cycles because it is a transition year. And I am here in France again, and this time I'm at Omaha Beach in Normandy, France. And the reason I picked this location is because this is such a historical site for where there was freedom gained, where there was a new beginning created when the Allied troops came here on D-Day and reclaimed freedom for the world. So for me, I wanted to give you that hope because indeed there are a lot of grave sites here. There was a lot of death at this site. But that death led to life and freedom for so many people throughout the world. We can never even calculate it. We have no idea. So I'm here to tell you that this 50th year period is a period of some death. But all of the death that happens during this 50th year, which is around career, around home, around perhaps health, not literal death, but maybe a really serious illness. Any of the things that come up right now are asking you to shift. It's trying to get you back on path. So it's asking you, oh, you don't really want this job. This isn't really the right path for you. Boom, gone. This isn't the right partner for you. Relationship gone. This money situation, the way you're treating money, the way you're valuing or not valuing it, wasting it, whatever, that's got to change. So the money situation, you might have a problem with the money. It all depends on what area that you need to shift. And if there's no area you need to shift, it actually might be a pretty smooth transition year. In either case, though, it will ask you to be in transition. And here is why. For 7 cycles, 49 full years, you've been working your way up your body, and we've gone through those if you've watched the other videos. When you hit the end of your 49th year, you've literally come to your crown chakra. At the end of that year, you are as high as you can possibly be in your physical body. You're like, oh, you're with spirit completely. And interestingly enough, it was the end of this year that I actually downloaded this entire Chakra Life Cycle System myself, so I can attest for that energy. And what happens is, once you hit there, about 3 months before your 50th birthday, up to your 50th birthday, you're gonna feel this dropping back down into the ground, back into the root energy. And it's not time for you to quite integrate back into your body because it's such a huge shift that you need time to make transition. Now, in my book, I talk all about how I came to learn about the transition, but let me just tell you a couple stories of some famous spiritual people like Neil Donald Walsh. He was homeless during his 50th year. And then also Sandra Choquette had all of the male figures in her life pass away or leave her. Her father died, her brother died, her husband left, all within the 3-month period before her 50th birthday. Now, she doesn't talk about her age in the book, so I hope she's okay with me sharing this because this is such important information. I just couldn't resist asking her when I interviewed her because my partner and I said to him, this has all the signs of a 50th year transition, a 49-50 transition. He was like, no. He had the timing of her age at a different place, and no. And I said, this has all the signs. So I went to interview her, and when I went to interview, I said, oh, please tell me, I must know. How old were you? What birthday was it when the men in your life passed away? And she told me, and I hope she's happy with me sharing it because it is such an example of how we can have these huge shifts in our life right at our 50th year. So for Sonia was also a great example because she wrote a book, Walking Home. She knew she needed to walk. First chakra, she knew she needed to get into the grounding because she's such an intuitive genius. And she follows her intuition, and intuition is all about the energy field. So she right away knew she wasn't up here anymore. And she just knew she needed to walk. And she, after she went through her transitionary period for a while, she began a walk, the pilgrimage of Camino del Santiago, which is a forgiveness pilgrimage, and she used it to clear and to come back into her body, to be fully in her body. So this year for you is the same, and you might be in transition in either relationship, in home, in career, in money, in tribe, in terms of your relationship with your general tribe, your larger family. Any of these things could be changing right now. For me, I was in temporary housing. I got a really great offer from friends to sort of babysit their beautiful home as it got renovated, which was perfect symbolism because I too was being renovated in myself that year. And my ex-boyfriend at the time also was homeless, just like Neil Donald Walsh was homeless. And those are just a few examples. So being in some sort of transitionary living situation is very, very common. I saw many, many women when I was in a female class, a course in a program. I saw several women who had left their partners at 50 because it wasn't what they wanted. And here's the key. They didn't know exactly what they wanted yet, but they found themselves taking time to be alone. And at least two of these women, actually, one of them was living out in the woods and another one was in a very wooded area too. And I was, whoa, this is amazing, because one is nature and one is being alone, right? And when you're out in the woods, you're more alone. So it was like leaving the relationship and being alone. So what you're gonna see, a lot of themes are letting go of the way you're dealing with money, your job, your health, your relationship, your home. So what I'm doing here is trying to give you permission to be in transition. You don't have to figure this out. The 50th year isn't even the year to begin yet to build the foundation. It's the year to get used to the idea that the old foundation is gone. It's when you've knocked something down and you're standing in the rubble, you don't immediately just build a new house. You look around, you say, what do I want? Where do I want it? What do I want it to look like? So that's what this year is for you. It's a year of being very tolerant, very easygoing about the transitionary nature of things in your life, and to trust that if something dies here, just like on Omaha Beach, it was in the name, it is in the name of freedom. It is in the name of your best interest in building a new foundation that will grow the way a tree grows, with deep roots, good foundation, and then has lots of freedom in its branches. So as you can see, I'm very excited about this period, because if you know that you're going through it or you know it's coming up, you can take the changes less personally. Now, yes, you still have to live through them, but what I'm saying is, I'm seeing many, many separations and losses at this time. They are part of a larger cycle that's actually leading you where you want and need to go. So it's not to say, oh, I failed at that relationship, oh, I failed at that job, or I failed with that money, because that's just way too narrow of a way of looking at a larger phenomenon. When you work with the life cycles, it's as if your life is these cycles just like weather. So you would never blame yourself for your house being knocked down in a storm. So you don't want to blame yourself when you are going through big changes because of a life cycle. And this, note this, is the biggest change in your entire lifespan. If you live healthy to 99, you'll go through it over again, all over again. But this time at 50 is the biggest change you're ever going to go through. So I want you to really just like love yourself, hug yourself, give yourself lots of love, allow for transition, have faith that 51, the 1 year, you will know what foundation to build again, and life will literally bring those things to you. I've seen it over and over again. The job literally comes, the home that's right comes, the partner that's right comes. So use this transitionary year to get really clear within yourself, without any blame on yourself of anything that's been lost, that this is a transition and that it's all good and the universe is leading you to what's best for you. I'm very, very excited about this period. It's a little scary. I've been through it. I'm on the other side of it. I lived, you can live. And if you know it's coming and you know to embrace it, I think you can make the most of it, and that's what I want for you. So this is Vicki Howie, creator of the Chakra Life Cycle System, and I'm here on Omaha Beach just to remind you that anything that goes away, falls away during this 50th year is meant to be let go of. So allow it, and more of good things are to come. Blessings.